The woman who wears her wedding saree every year even after her husband died on their first anniversary. Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. Today we will tell you a very sad story of a woman who wears her wedding saree every year on her wedding anniversary even after her husband died. This is the woman's 78th wedding anniversary. But she still wears the same wedding saree. But why? Why does she wear this saree? To know more, watch this video till the end. It was 1942 when they got married in this beautiful hand-woven red saree with golden border. She would talk to him as if he were there beside her. She never stopped loving him, not even after 34 years of his death. Despite her old age and failing health, she is still active in her community. It was a picture of her and her husband on their wedding day. Looking at the photo, she remembered the vows they had taken. I, Nirmala Devi, take you, Gopal Das, to be my lawfully wedded husband, to have what is the secret of her happy and long marriage. How did she manage to live a fulfilling life after her husband's death? And what can we learn from her story? The answers to these questions lie in the woman's story, and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health. From an early age, she was expected to help her mother with household chores. She had no access to education. When she was 16, her father arranged a marriage proposal. For her, the groom was a widower with 2 children. They had 6 children, 15 grandchildren and 20 great-grandchildren, yet they never took each other for granted. They made an effort to keep the romance alive. They lived in a time when there was no concept of divorce. No matter how difficult the situation may seem, as long as we have love and devotion, we can overcome any obstacle. The old couple's story is also a reminder for all of us to never give up hope. If you did, please like and share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more inspiring stories. Thank you for watching. No matter how hopeless the situation may seem, as long as we have hope, we can keep going. They showed their children and grandchildren that love and respect are the most important things in a marriage. They showed us that it is possible to have a happy and successful marriage. They showed us that it is possible to live a fulfilling life despite the challenges we may face. They showed us that it is possible to never give up hope. They taught their children and grandchildren the importance of commitment and loyalty. They showed them how to handle the ups and downs of life with grace and dignity. They would often go for long walks in the evenings and talk for hours. They never went to bed angry. They would always make up before sleeping. They were truly an example of how to have a successful marriage. She had 4 more children, 3 sons and a daughter. She spent her days cooking and cleaning and her nights taking care of her children. She danced and sang with abandon. It was the happiest day of her life. Despite the hardships, she was happy because she had a loving husband and children. He was a freedom fighter who had lost his wife while fighting for India's independence. But she never forgot her roots. She remained a simple and humble woman. When her husband was arrested by the British, she took it upon herself to support the family. She sold her jewelry and valuables to pay for her husband's legal fees. She also worked as a nurse to earn money. She never gave up hope. She knew that her husband was innocent and would be released soon. She was hesitant to marry a stranger, but her parents convinced her that it was her duty to obey them, to love and to cherish, till death do us part. He was a handsome man with a magnetic personality. Despite their age difference, they quickly fell in love. They got married in a traditional Hindu ceremony. She wore a beautiful red saree with a golden border. It was the same saree that she would wear on her anniversary every year. She had promised to love her husband for 7 lifetimes, and she had kept her promise. Every year on her wedding anniversary, she wears her wedding saree and attends the anniversary celebrations at her husband's memorial. People from all over the country come to visit her and seek her blessings. She is a true role model for women. She shows that a woman can be strong and independent. She also shows that love and devotion can conquer all. The woman's story has been featured in several newspapers and magazines. She has also been invited to speak at various functions and seminars. Despite her fame, she remains humble and grounded. This year, she wore a beautiful red saree with a golden border. She looked radiant as she walked towards the temple. People gathered around her to take selfies and videos. She smiled and waved to them. She was happy to share her story with the younger generation. Her family and friends tried to convince her to move on, but she refused. I don't want to move on, she said. I want to stay with my husband. We promised to love each other for 7 births and 7 rebirths. I will keep my promise. He, a freedom fighter, was only 1 year older than her. She also started a movement to promote traditional Indian culture and values. The villagers loved and respected her for her dedication to her late husband and her service to the community. She became known as the woman who kept her promise, and though their marriage was not approved by their families, they had each other's love and support. The newlyweds moved into a small village home that he built for her. She always tells me how happy she was in that small house with her husband. It was the time of India's struggle for independence from British rule, so the couple lived a very simple life. Their first child was born a few years later, and then it was followed by 3 more children. They were happy and contented with what they had. As the children grew up and got married, they left their home to build their own lives. On February 26, 1986, The old man passed away in his sleep. The woman was heartbroken. She couldn't believe that she would live the rest of her life without her beloved husband. However, she knew that she had to be strong for herself and for her husband's soul. She took a vow to keep his memory alive by telling their love story to everyone. Eventually, the old couple was left alone in the big house. Still, they were happy because they had each other. They spent their days tending to their little garden and sharing stories about their past. They would also participate in social activities and help those in need. They were an inspiration for the villagers, and people would often ask them the secret of their happy and long marriage. Love and respect each other, they would say. As years passed, their hair turned silver, their skin wrinkled, and their bodies became weaker, yet their love and bond grew stronger. Every day, she would sit by his photo and reminisce about their time together. The woman never remarried. Instead, she devoted her life to serving others. She opened an orphanage and a school. Today, the woman is 101 years old. She lives in a small village in India. After the ceremony, she returned home and sat on the veranda. She took out a faded photograph from her purse. The woman's story has inspired many. The woman's story raises several questions about love, marriage, and devotion. She was born into a middle class family in a small village. Her parents were poor farmers who had 5 daughters. When she met the groom, she was attracted to his charm and charisma. Her in-laws were poor, so she had to work hard to make ends meet. As her husband's fame grew, the family moved to bigger houses. When her husband was finally released from prison, she was overjoyed. She threw a grand party to celebrate. She invited all the family and friends. As the years passed, the couple's love grew stronger. The old couple lived in a world where there was no room for dowry deaths, sati pratha, or domestic violence. The old couple's story is a reminder for all of us that love and devotion can conquer all. The old couple's story is an inspiration for all of us. We hope you enjoyed the story of the old couple.